What's up, fight fans? This is Kirk DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Canelo Alverez, Terence Bud Crawford. Get this. Canelo Alverez takes a cheap shot at Terence Crawford's resume, and this is what he had to say. He said, like I always said, I respect Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he has just one big fight. If you see his record, he's just beaten one good fighter. Other than that, I don't think that he has beaten other great fighters like Spence. Those are the words of Canelo Alvarez, and let me counterpunch. I would have to disagree. And you know, this is exactly what happened when Crawford was negotiating with Spence. Everybody was saying the same shit, and it's surprising to me that Canelo is going along for the ride. You know, he's going down that same path. If you ask yourself, and especially in comparison to Errol Spence, I've always asked people, now that Terence Crawford has handed Spence a great ass whooping, okay, who did Errol Spence fight that Terence Crawford didn't? See, we can kill the narrative with, oh man, they were too slow, they were over the hill, they weren't in their prime, they were injured, they were this, they were that. But at the same time, Terence Crawford, what was his biggest win? What was both of Errol Spence and Terence Crawford's biggest win? Sean Porter, okay? Sean Porter went to war with Spence, right? He dropped him in the 11th with a flash knockdown, but it finished strong, and Sean Porter lost with by a split decision. So by default, Errol Spence won by split decision. Terence Crawford stopped him in the 10th. Okay, that's one. Who else is it? Yordenis Ugas? Ugas is like no talented Cuban fighter. Love my Cuban brothers, but guess what? At the same time, who really did he beat besides Manny Pacquiao? Errol Spence didn't fight Pacquiao, neither did Terence Crawford, so you can wipe that off the list. Okay, who else? Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia's been beaten by every top fighter besides Amir Khan. Let's just be real. He's lost to Thurman. He's lost to Porter. He's lost to Spence. Okay, so really, is he that big? Is he that big of a draw? Not really. Tough Philly fighter, fights with stick, stones, and bottles in the streets of Philly. I get it, but is he that marquee draw? Is he that big name Canelo's talking about? I don't think so. Who else is it? Kell Brook. Okay, Terence Crawford stopped him in the 4th. Errol Spence stopped him in the 9th or the 10th. Okay, who else is it? Who else is it? I mean, what's that guy that sticks out for Errol Spence that makes Errol Spence this big of a draw? Mikey Garcia? You can miss me with that shit. That was a mix and match fight, right? So you're looking at a guy that was at 135, that passed 140, that wanted to come to 147 and take on the big-ass Spence. We all knew the outcome. Yes, it was a big fight, but, I mean, really? Are we talking about Mikey Garcia like that? Mikey ain't been the same. Let's be real. He should have never went up there. He should have fought Lomachenko at 135 and stayed there. Now, and I don't get why. And I don't know why he's taking that shot. That's why I say it's a cheap shot, because it's like, okay, well, he's only had one good or big fight. Okay, so I just debunked and broke it down to you guys what Errol did versus what Terence did. You know, and I don't get it. And I'm like this, okay, when he whoops your ass, what you gonna say? Because I honestly think that Terence Crawford, he might not stop Canelo. He might not stop him. But I think he can outbox him and beat him. Now, whether he wins a decision, I don't know. It's anybody's business, because we know how Canelo is. But I don't think Canelo's the same physically, or out there. I don't think he's the same mentally either. I think he's wearing down as a fighter. I seen that John Ryder fight, and it looked like he slowed down. Whereas Terence Crawford, it looks like he's only getting better, right? I think it's lifestyle differences. Terence Crawford lives a totally different life from Canelo. Canelo throws huge parties because he's rich as shit, right? He does those type of things. You know, I don't think he does like Oscar De La Hoya type of things, but I think he does those type of things. He likes to party. Whereas Terence Crawford's a family man. He got 5 kids. He takes care of his kids. He wrestles part-time, and he has more babies on the rest of his part-time. So, yes, he has a different lifestyle. He has that Floyd Money Mayweather lifestyle where he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't do those extra things versus Canelo. So I think Terence Crawford will beat Canelo. People think I'm crazy? Nope. I don't think so at all. Maybe the size difference, you know that it does matter, baby. But at the end of the day, taking a cheap shot at Terence Crawford's resume, I think is pretty pathetic. You know, we know you're the A side, Canelo. We know you're the king of, or still the face of boxing, right? For now. You lose another one, I don't think you will be. Okay? Because the time between Oscar De La Hoya fighting and Canelo, a lot has changed. Okay, so him saying, oh, the only big fight, and I said he's a talented fighter, but he only had that one big fight. No, I don't agree at all. You guys tell me what you think of Canelo taking a cheap shot at Terence Crawford. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!